arm drag is a technique used to clear an opponent's hands or arms so you can get to their legs or to their body for control, takedowns, or just a clinching position to utilize your knees and striking. We're just going to show first of all the particulars to the arm motions, and then we'll get into the details of what you can do with your footwork. So we'll start just by having the person just put his hand up on the high of my chest or my shoulder. To clear this arm off of my body, I'm just going to wipe it for now. Just going to wipe it. And then I'm going to shoot in to get my arm drag and clear. Okay. So as I wipe, when you're working for an arm drag, you want to think that you're throwing an uppercut and you're going elbow deep. So I want to shoot like I'm punching an uppercut. As deep as I can, again, considering an elbow deep, so my elbow is right underneath his tricep. We do this because we want to get as deep as we can so we can clear his shoulder at a much quicker pace, as opposed to a shorter uppercut where we're just kind of getting his elbow or grabbing his tricep. So we get as deep as we can so it's a little bit more explosive. So as this uppercut motion comes through, we want to grab the high of his tricep to even his shoulder area, as opposed to grabbing more down in the elbow area. If I have a short kind of uppercut motion, I try to drag from here and passing this through. It just takes a little bit longer for this shoulder to clear, which is ideally what I want to get. So by shooting this high and deep and aggressively, as I bring this back through and get his high tricep shoulder area, it clears his shoulder a little bit quicker. So again, you can get through, get to the side of his body, to his back, to his legs, wherever you're intended to go. So as he puts his hand up here, I wipe it. It's just a wiping motion. I'm just wiping it off. It's like a windshield wiper motion. So I'm just wiping this off. I'm shooting this like an uppercut motion, elbow deep. Continue to pass this wrist through as I'm bringing this back, grabbing that high of his tricep or into his shoulder area and passing it through. And for initially, we're just going to step through just right here. So as he puts this, he just touches my shoulder for the drilling purposes. I'm just wiping it, shooting it up through, and dragging it across. Now as I drag it through, I want to stay as tight as I can. So when my elbow comes back through our center line, I want to bring it to my hip. So as we turn, as I'm bringing this back through, I'm bringing this to my hip, my elbow to my hip. Not bringing it out here. My elbow's loose, it sets him up for what's called a redrag, and he redrags, and he takes maybe the better position. Also, if your elbow's loose, you're not as strong as powerful. So when I'm dragging this through, I'm going to my hip bone. It's like I'm thinking I'm going to put his forehead right into the mat. So as I bring this back to my hip, it keeps everything tight, starting to manipulate his body where it's going down, so it off balances him. It's a little bit more explosive. Then I can control whatever I want to take off of this. So my elbow, it's like I'm going to put my elbow right into my back pocket, or my holster. So I'm dragging this coming right here. So as I drag this through, it's tight right to my hip bone, getting him off balance, putting his head through the mat ideally. It kind of prevents, to a certain degree prevents his redrag, because I'm so explosive here. Drag this through and then I can control it. So as it comes up, I wipe it, I shoot my hard uppercut. Come back, grab that tricep, shoulder area, not elbow. Drag it through, bringing your elbow, your dragging elbow to your hip, which will then force his head downward, cutting off his balance, preventing any kind of risk of a strong redrag. Because he's going to be putting his arm right here for that potential redrag. So I keep this tight, bring it down, clear this. As soon as I clear it, I want to get my ear to his shoulder as quickly as possible. So by doing that, it just helps to trap that shoulder even more. So again, if he does get a slight redrag, it's tough for him to redrag through my head. So it's like my ear is going to go to his rear delt. And I'm going to be kind of looking up and pushing into him. So I'm not looking down over here, right here. So it's really tight and strong. And then looking to clear and then taking whatever I can once I clear those arms. So it's up, I drag it to my hip, clear it, and keep my head really tight to his body. So those are the dragging motions. So now with the footwork, there's various footworks you can work from here. So as I clear this and drag, I can just step through, just like a small step, stepping through and controlling his hip. So I'm just stepping through and controlling his hip from the side. I can step through deep, I'm stepping through pretty, it's almost like I can swing my legs around. So I'm stepping through deep and controlling his back. As I step through deep in that case, it's like my hips are going to fly forward. Makes it a little bit more explosive with my drag. And it clears my hip for any case that he might have a slight redrag and he's reaching for my far hip. So as I'm clearing this, my hips are going to fly through when I'm getting his back. Number 2 is I drag it through a short step and I control his side. Number 3 for the footwork, I'm same leg step. I'm going to step all the way across his body. So I'm dragging, following the arm with the same side leg of my drag arm and going through to the other side of it. Number 4, I'm going to step with my opposite leg now. I'm going to step all the way across his body while grabbing his hip. So I'm here, ready for a hip throw. And then the 5th one, I'm going to be stepping all the way through his body again with my opposite leg. It's right here for my body lock. And so there's sectors on people's feet. So sectors could be 1 outside the foot, 2 on it, 3 to the inside, 4 to the inside of his other foot, 5 on top, 6. So you have 6 sectors that you can play with your footwork off the drag. Again, outside, top, inside, inside, top, outside of your feet. So he puts his hand up. Number 1, I'm swinging all the way through, getting my hips through and taking his back. Number 2, it's just a short step, looking to control the side position. Number 3, same leg as with your drag arm. I'm stepping all the way across his body, looking for maybe knee tap or body control. Number 4, I'm now stepping with my opposite leg of my arm that's dragging. I'm stepping all the way through, looking for my hip throw, looking to reach for his hip. All the way through, and he's loaded to be thrown. And the last one, I'm stepping straight through his legs to the inside sector and look at the body lock and drive. So again, the footwork. From behind, number 1, step all the way deep and through. Number 2, stepping short, taking the side. Number 3, all the way through. Number 4, opposite leg, all the way through. And the last one, stepping straight through the inside sector. And taking a body lock from there, or even the legs. So those are the principles to the arm drag. How to utilize your arms to clear his arms or his hands to get control of body and legs. And then the footwork, the various footworks you can use off of your arm drag to control.